let's not get it twisted. Anton is known to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Did you see? I mean, and to me, neither one of them can fight. That's just my opinion, but neither
Right.
one of them can fight. You know what I mean? And
And do you feel like Corey even did any research? Do you feel like Corey even know who Anton is? Because it didn't seem like he done any research. Just like, I'm gonna invite somebody to the show, let the team fix it, and then we're gonna just have this conversation. Okay, we're gonna talk about politics. It's like he did no research on Anton at all.
I don't think he. I think he underestimated it. I said what I said. I really do. I think he underestimated it because Anton has always been that way. He's always been a disrespectful type guy.
I know. That's what I said. It seemed like Corey didn't do his homework on him.
I want to say something. Can I? Because I've been listening. What I noticed, because I looked it up, and apparently Anton Daniels positions himself as a Republican-leaning conservative commentator, and he always talks Trump up. Apparently, okay. And what I noticed just from listening to all that, because he was the one that came out and was hit below the belt per se, right? My thing is what I see, there's a what I see about these people who try to be a Trumper or whatever, they don't know how to debate. They don't know how to, like, we just asked these people. There's a lot of people in this chat talking about they want Trump, right? They just love their little massa. And they won't come up and plead their case. Come and plead your case. Like that's what they don't have. That man never spoke and answered the question, right? He never just answered the question. He instead went and was disrespectful and hit below the belt. They like you said, the person that told you they can't debate, but they're Trumpers and they're about their money. They think that he's going to fix their money, but they can't come and plead their case. Come and try to change my view on whom you feel was the next best thing to lead this world. Come and try to change our view, right? I mean, why can't you do that? No, you follow his ways and want to be disrespectful instead, and that's all he does. But you think he's going to lead you to the money.
But that's all they got. That's all they have is insults. I said that on our show. If MAGA, have some solutions, hey, put that in the chat. We'll be more than happy to debate you about the solutions. But they don't have any solutions. Anton didn't have any solutions. All they have is insults, gaslighting, and trying to sow chaos. And once again, a lot of them are being paid to do this. Okay, so there's no answer. And even their leader don't have no answer because he's the grifter in chief. All he's trying to do is fill up his pockets. And that's all he's doing is filling up his pockets. Meanwhile, your pockets are being empty. Straight up.
Can I jump in here?
Of course, I was getting ready to have you to. I was getting ready to tag you in. Hey, how you doing, love? Thank you for coming.
Good. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, I just want to make sure you can hear me. My audio's a low lately.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you, girl. Hey.
Good. I would like to pose a difference of opinion on that they don't know how to debate or that they don't know what they're doing. I think they know exactly what they're doing. And I think that a lot of them have learned how to puppeteer people's emotions. That's why they're so quick to call us snowflakes, like the liberal people. I know that if I say the N-word to a black person as a white person, I am going to get a certain response out of you. And they enjoy doing that because immediately it makes you seem like the emotional wreck and them seem like the one who is in charge and in control of their emotions and therefore the more logical of the two in the debate.
The media is covering the social...
Like, as a black person or any person, period, you have to really work on your emotional control and not letting certain words trigger you, even though they may have certain connotations or roots that dig deep within you. I think it takes a certain level of self-restraint to hear certain things and really not allow yourself to crash out every time someone says it. We are way too easily manipulated, and the masses have learned that, and they use it against us every time. And so I feel like when I saw this debate, although it would have been a whole lot more entertaining to watch those men crash out and go, He-Man on each other or whatever, I'm glad they didn't do it, because it did show a level of self-restraint. I do think that it did start off for clicks and views as a play, but I think once it got to the kissing ass part and the SMD part, I think is when it went too far. And at this point, both men were having like a pissing contest and egos were involved. But I feel like it would have been more detrimental if either of them had to start like actually coming to blows, because then here you risk your platform. That's anybody who was employed by you now might lose their job, all because you could not control your emotions. And the same thing with Anton. As much as, Anton is say what you want to say about either man, I'm not a fan of either. But Anton is notorious for knowing how to say the right words to get other Black people outside their bodies. You cannot allow him to have that level of control over you. So I think Corey did a good job in not actually placing hands on him, because at the end of the day, both of y'all got to go home. Nobody ended up in jail. Nobody had to be spending time away from their families, and you will get another check for another day.
Well, it's great to hear y'all, Candy Cane.
And I say that as a woman. I will preface, let me end that by saying, I say that as a woman. I understand it's very different for men and what they go through, but as a woman, I'm very glad to see that.
You read my mind, because that's exactly what I was about to say. Because as a woman, I appreciate y'all. I said what I said, asked me a question. She said, don't you think it's not in the heat of the moment? I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest. I need ladies like the three of y'all to put things in its proper perspective. You know what I'm saying? I have the majority of women follow me on the chat, right? And I've always said that ladies, the women, especially Black women, you know what I mean? But women in general, you guys are the biggest cheerleaders for our men to be what they need to be. All right. Is Roy Lee in the chat? Salute to you, Roy Lee. Salute to you, bro. You guys are the biggest cheerleaders for us, as a Black man, you know what I mean? So, but I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? In that moment, I'm putting myself in that situation. There's no talking with me. There's no talking. There's no rationalization. There's no nothing. But I think that in order for us to not get to that point, and for our men to not get into that point, is to lead with respect and teach our young people to lead with respect. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm at with that. You know what I mean? And I'm surprised, Candy Cane, you believe that was a play? I said what I said. You believe it was a play? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do believe that.
But I was just
Can I tell you why?
That's
why I say that?
Yeah, go ahead. I want to know your reason why.
Because both of these men, like when you say respect is where they should have started, both of them are disrespectful men. They walked into this conversation both knowing that each other were disrespectful, and both will go there. I don't think either really intended to play nice. I think that they understood that this was a chance to have a viral moment, and they were going to take it. And look at them feeding the streets. Every sector that you go in right now is in some way, shape, or form reviewing this content.
Great point. Alice says prisons and graveyards are filled with hotheads. I agree with you, Pierre.
If weight loss feels harder,
graveyards are filled with hotheads. I agree with you, Pierre. I agree with you. Y'all chime in, man. Y'all want to. The link is pinned.
And that's probably what Darlene probably was reminding him. Is that her name, Darlene?
Yeah, Darlene. Yeah,
Yeah,
Darlene.
that's what she probably was reminding him. Hey, calm it down, because and I'm not a man, so I can't put myself in a man's shoes, and some things are more are offensive to men that's not so offensive to women or what have you. And I don't know, maybe women are just used to being called whatever. I don't know, but I do know what I'm not gonna do is allow anybody to bring me out of character. You definitely not gonna make me lose my livelihood, and I'm damn sure not gonna be paying no lawyers because I done had to, pop you upside the head, and now I got charges. And then you not only will you have charges, you'll have charges. You got court, you got lawyers, you got a record. It's not that serious to mess up your whole life for 5 minutes. And I used to tell my son all the time, your life can change in 30 seconds. In a nanosecond, you can change your life around for the bad. And that's what you have to always remember. You can't allow anybody to mess up your life. Your life is guided by you and you only. And you can't let someone bring you out of character and make you lose everything that you've worked so hard for, all because of words. It's ludicrous.
I hear you. I hear you, Quinn.
But that's a woman's standpoint. I'm a woman, so hey.
I love the women's standpoint, but I'm just trying to. You asked me a question, and I gave you an answer.
Yeah.
Candy Kane, she said the same thing. You guys are speaking from women. We need y'all. Y'all are the voice of reasoning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, as a man, I'm not standing for it. Now, if I had a woman that was like, hey, you guys sound, all three of y'all sound like my mother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's not worth it, blah, 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 blah. But all I have left on this earth is my manhood and my pride. And so
no, you're a leader of a family, and you have a daughter. So that's not all you have left. You are leading a daughter that is watching you and growing behind you, and other and boys that also look up to you. So that's not all you've got left.
I hear you. I'm just telling you that
it's a metaphor, Joe. The black man where all they got is they
I have to remind him. I have to remind him. I'm just trying to remind him.
Yeah.
Don't get fooled with your words.
But manhood is a big thing though to black men. It really is, because they just so much is taken. So much disrespect. They have to be disrespected every day, all day.
On a daily basis.
Yeah, and they got to be on their P's and Q's. And the same thing for a black woman. We can't really raise our voice at work, or we're an angry black woman. Some things we can't complain about because we're just an angry black woman. And so, it's stigmas tied to us. And I get that. I really do get that. But don't make them right. Don't prove them right. That's all.